Hi, everybody. How you doing? Good? Is it all right? Okay. I'll try not to bore you too much. But so, my name is Penny Lane. That is my real name, and you can look at page 26. But you should know that that collaboration is no longer operative, and the status of that project is unclear. So I'm here today to present to you a different project. So free your mind. This is a feature-length documentary called Nuts, and Nuts is currently in post-production. It's about a man named John Romulus Brinkley, who in 1917 discovered a surgical cure for impotence involving the transplantation of goat testicles. So, I'm going to play you a 3-minute video that is a kind of teaser from the work in progress that's currently in post. One real tech note is just that you'll see some storyboards that stand in for what will one day become cool animations. So let's watch the video and I'll tell you more.
For 16 years, I've been trying to have a child with my wife. I'm a flat tire. It's too bad I don't have Billy Goat Nuts. It's too bad. Say, Doc, why don't you just put some in me? Beg your pardon? Put some goat nuts in me. You know, graft them on. To cure your impotence, you want me to implant goat testicles into you. Well, Doc, that can't be worse than the nuts I got. Well, there'll be a small fee.
Brinkley had people starting to flock into Milford, Kansas, right, this little town. At first, they came bringing their own goats. The patient would select a goat with which he felt the most connection. Bags and bags and bags of mail are coming in every day. He's got a team of secretaries pawing through it.
You are listening to the voice of Dr. J.R. Brinkley of the Brinkley Hospital, and I trust I may have your attention for the next few minutes.
XCRA was a really high-powered radio station.
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
People could pick up the station on fillings in their teeth. Lengthy commercials go on for 5 to 30 minutes to get your toenail adjusters.
Most toenails are not properly adjusted.
Autographed photo of Jesus Christ.
Signed in your choice of ink or blood.
Colorback was real popular as a hair dye.
Colorback is a solution for artificially coloring hair.
Colorback actually had some kind of lead in it.
He proposed there would be a lake in every county in Kansas, something free for everybody, free school books, free medication, free everything. Let's pasture the goats on the State House lawn. The slogan was clean out, clean up, and keep clean. That slogan he actually borrowed from a laxative. People wrote in Brinkley's name for almost every office on the ballot. It was the Supreme Court, for the Senate, for judgeships. They loved him.
Well, it's a strange day, because we're here having to defend a proven, successful practice. But as it is said, first they ignore you, then they ridicule you, then they fight you, and then you win.
The goat gland surgery is absolute flim-flammery.
Exactly what sort of good is your station providing the public, Mr. Brinkley? I know that the goat glands in me are working.
The election was really stolen.
Dr. Brinkley was a folk doctor.
I would call him a psychopath, but I'm not medically qualified.
He is a tumor on the body of science, and he must be excised.
Okay. So, some highlights from the life of John Romulus Brinkley. So Brinkley was a man who was born with nothing and just the most abject poverty you can possibly imagine, and through hard work and genius, he rose to just incredible peaks of fame and fortune. He was also just an evil, evil con man, and just a totally bad person. And he left a real trail of corpses along the path to that giant mansion he had. So Nuts is this kind of quintessential American success story starring a psychopath. And that's kind of the central conflict or theme of the film. So the way that Nuts works is that it's a story about a con man that itself functions as a kind of con, in that I essentially tell you the story of his life in the way that he told the story of his life, casting himself as the hero, the underdog, the innovator, the disruptor, fighting against, the forces of mainstream media and mainstream medicine. So, and it's an incredibly seductive story because we want to believe in things like miracles and miraculous cures and, bootstrap geniuses. But by the end of the film, I reveal all of the many lies and distortions and omissions that were in the story I've been telling you, and reveal with total clarity that you, the viewer, have been bamboozled by me, the filmmaker, and that you've been had by Brinkley and then by me. So it is my hope that in watching this really fun movie, we are also reminded that we shouldn't believe everything we see, even in a documentary film, especially if the story seems too good to be true, which I think is an important lesson. So one thing that I need right now is a voice actor to play Brinkley. I have real recordings of him, and I need to find an actor who can do a really good impression of him. It's been really tough to find that. It's my last casting challenge. I also need a producer to help me get through post-production and $200,000. Thank you very much.